Welcome to the Ghostly Chronicles. The Forgotten Room. In a quiet town where everyone knew everyone, an old house sat at the end of a lonely street. It had been vacant for decades, its windows black and empty, its doors tightly shut. No one dared enter, not after the last family vanished overnight. Lena, a historian researching urban legends, found the house irresistible. It was said to have a hidden room, one that could never be found twice. Intrigued, she convinced her friend Mark to explore it with her. They arrived at dusk, the house bathed in a dull orange glow. The door creaked open with a touch, as if inviting them in. Dust swirled in the dying light as they stepped inside. Everything was untouched, furniture draped in sheets, family portraits hanging crookedly, their faces blurred by time. Then, Lena noticed something odd. The layout was off. The house seemed bigger inside than it should be. A hallway stretched longer than it appeared from the outside. The hidden room. Then they found it. The room. The door was old but not dusty, its brass handle strangely cold. They exchanged a glance before Lena turned the knob. The room was perfectly clean, no dust, no decay. A single wooden chair sat in the center, facing a mirror on the opposite wall. Mark stepped inside first. The moment his foot crossed the threshold, the door slammed shut behind them. The air grew heavy, thick with something unseen. Lena turned to the mirror and froze. Their reflections were wrong. Mark's reflection remained seated, but Mark himself was standing beside Lena, trembling. The seated figure in the mirror slowly lifted its head, but it wasn't Mark anymore. Its face was stretched, hollowed out, with dark, sunken eyes that stared directly at Lena. Then it smiled. "Lena, we need to leave." She turned, grabbing the door handle. It wouldn't budge. A whisper echoed in her ear, "Stay." The mirror Mark stood up, mirroring Lena's every move now instead of Mark's. It took a step forward, but there was no glass anymore. It was coming through. Lena screamed, yanking the door with all her strength. It suddenly flew open, throwing them both back into the hallway. They scrambled to their feet and ran. As they reached the front door, Lena risked one last glance down the hall. The room was gone. No door, no trace it had ever existed. They burst outside, panting, their hands shaking. The house stood silent once more, but as they backed away, Mark paled. "Lena." She turned to him. His reflection was missing. Please like, share, and subscribe.